Madam HPV had great reverence for Bhagavad Gita. Means the Lord who draws or attracts, that is, who attracts the beings to the source of their creation. Lord Krishna's residence is at Vaikuntha. The meaning of Vaikuntha is where there is no steer or kuntha. That place can be understood as the supervoid as per modern day quantum theory. In the supervoid, there is no steer or kuntha. So when the Indian prays, may Lord Krishna attracts us to his residence at Vaikuntha, it simply means that unsteered state of liberation which in our yogic philosophy they call samadhi. Now, what is that the word samadhi means? The word sama means equal and adi means something which is beyond this mundane world. So the word samadhi simply means something which is beyond this mundane world. May Lord Krishna draws us to that state of samadhi is again and again enumerated in the Indian prayers. Now, let us see Lord Krishna's residence in this mundane world. In this mundane world, Lord Krishna is said to reside at Vrindavana. The very root of the word Vrindavana simply means the expanding energy. This expanding energy has created this entire cosmos. And the divine spark is not only present in the cosmos but also in us. And we have to cultivate the divine spark so that we can get a glimpse of that divine spark and we get the peace of mind and get a self-realization within us. According to the yogis of the East, the circumference of Vrindavana is 5 kroshas. This is also a mystical meaning. The terminology krosha refers to more than 2 miles. Actually, the 5 kroshas indicate the 5 subtle principles of the 5 gross elements of our material world, which are earth, water, air, fire, and space. In all the substances of the gross world consisting of the 5 principles, there lies the supervoid. So, to epitomize, we can simply say Vrindavana, where Lord Krishna resides in this mundane world, is our manifested world. So, where we see Lord Krishna is symbolically seen to play his flute. Lord Krishna plays his flute, which is a symbolic, which our scientists can compare with the superstring theory. This theory has also great resemblance with Shankha Darshan, sent by Maharshi Kapila, which says that this manifested world is the interplay of Prakriti and Purusha. And Lord Krishna, who is actually the reincarnation of Lord Vishnu, is said to reside in the Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is the unmanifested world. Thus, Madame Blavatsky in a lot of her writings said, we have to go to that unmanifested world in the Vaikuntha. Madame Blavatsky, while writing Secret Doctrines, she relied heavily on the Vishnu Purana, because the Vishnu Purana is a mine of wisdom from which lot of things can be cultivated. Just 2 minutes, okay? I will finish my lecture in 2 minutes. Now let us come down to our level as a student of theosophy. We will see that our structural thought cannot bring into his common sense the idea of Einstein's 4th dimension, that is time-space continuum. But not only the 4 dimensions, there are other dimensions also. Scientists of late are thinking that there are more than 26 dimensions, namely length, breadth, depth, time and space, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, electromagnetic force, consciousness and void. The term used by the scientists and by our Eastern masters are different in their names only. They are same in their essence. Science and philosophy are same in their essence. It is not late that modern science will accept all our theosophical doctrines, and then we will proudly able to say to the scientists in their own language that theosophy is the open dimension, the dimension travel to truth. Now lastly, to cut a long story short, we have come into this world empty-handed. We will leave from this world empty-handed. Theosophy shows us the way to live, the simplicity of life, to love others, to respect our parents, to respect our elders. I want to give respect to all my elders present here. I want to specially thank Pradeep Gohilji for entrusting me with this subject. I want to thank Tim Boyd sir, our international president, because encouraging all of us. I would extend my respect to all my seniors who have encouraged me, who have given me their books to learn theosophy and to love theosophy. With this, I will thank you. I thank to our anchor, Olivera sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Chakravarti, for your volatile presentation. I thought I had been given 10 minutes, but the dynamics has now given me 2 minutes. So I have to be very concise. Dr. Hugh Sherman was a very distinguished theosophist in Northern Ireland. He wrote a number of books, and a number of his books are in our catalogue, including Desire and Fulfillment, The Passionate Necessity, among others. But there is one book that is not in our catalogue, and this is my personal request to the Theosophical Publishing House to consider reprinting it, because I have learned a great deal from it, and it's called Modern Theosophy. In that book, and I see that Mrs. Manju Sundaram has a copy. So I would like you all to have a copy. In that book, he says in a very innovative way that theosophy has two meanings: the primary meaning and the secondary meaning. The secondary meaning means description, literature, knowledge, discourse, description. That's what our books do. They describe to us universal processes, the processes of nature, the processes within the human being, the process of reincarnation, and so on. But in the primary meaning, he says, it is wisdom. And no amount of knowledge can take a person to wisdom. Wisdom exists in itself. Jalaluddin Rumi once wrote that wisdom is a mind that loves and a heart that sees. Wisdom is a mind that loves and a heart that sees. If there is wisdom in a person, that person has an understanding of life which is an affectionate understanding. It's not a calculistic or aseptic or logical understanding only. It has heart. And the heart has affections that are not dictated by self-centered emotions, but by universality. So, I would like to suggest that theosophical texts, they challenge the mind. They present the broader view of evolution. Each one of the speakers here has alluded to that. And I would like to take this opportunity to express my wish that each one of you will deepen your understanding of theosophy and will kindle the light of theosophy in many people. I'm not asking you to become missionaries, but to become students of theosophy that will teach more and more people. That's how we have come to 2009, because there were people like Madame Blavatsky, Cornel Olcott, and Dr. Annie Besant that were able to touch so many people. They changed lives. Why? Because the spark of theosophy was alive in them. So, although the theosophical books challenge our minds and expand our understanding, HPB said that the real theosophical study should lead us to the world of no form, shunyata. In other words, that dimension which no category can reach, which no description can reach, which no name can reach. That is the spiritual dimension, the intuitional wisdom. The deepest parts of the theosophical literature are conveyed through metaphors. A metaphor is something that transports you from the level of the concrete mind to the level of the intuitional mind. A metaphor awakens our intuition. It teases our intuition because it causes the mind to slow down its activity so that intuition can manifest. Intuition can never manifest in a crowded mind. So, the deepest part of our theosophical literature are conveyed through metaphors. One of the greatest of all is called the voice of the silence, right? If there is silence, how can there be a voice? And yet, the Hindu tradition says that one of the names for primordial wisdom is Vah, the word that is continually being spoken at a very high levels. This metaphor leads the mind from the known to the unknown. And when the metaphor is understood, then perception is free from all categories. Perception is free from all descriptions, from all rationalization and processes. And that perception sees what is truth. It sees the suchness of things. It sees what is. Or if you like, it sees Sat. And therefore that perception is completely transformed. It transforms the life of a person and will help to transform many other lives. I would like to end so that we don't get cold food at the restaurant with a quotation from the Secret Doctrine in which Madame Blavatsky quotes a very ancient source of spiritual teaching called the Occult Catechism. This is in stanza number 5, volume 1 of the Secret Doctrine. You can Google it. And I think it addresses our theme. Lift thy head, O Lanu. Dost thou see one or countless lights above thee burning in the dark midnight sky? I sense one flame, O Gurudeva. I see countless undetached sparks shining in it. Thou sayest well, and now look around and into thyself. That light which burns inside thee, dost thou feel it different in any wise from the light that shines in thy brother man? It is in no way different, though the prisoner is held in bondage by karma, and though its outer garments delude the ignorant into say, thy soul and my soul. So on behalf of all of you, I would like to thank all of you speakers, and I wish you a blessed life of theosophical study and dissemination. This session is closed.